Hello everyone, welcome to Simon TV channel. Today I'm coming to you because there is some confusion about the self-employment tax credit was given on 2020 and 2021. For the maximum amount of the benefit was for $36,200. I wanted to break it down so you will understand what that credit's for and what you need to do if you missed it or if you believe that you qualify for it, so you can look into it. So number one, these credits are for year 2020 and 2021. So if you wanted to go back and correct 2020 or 2021 because you didn't take those credits, you still have time till April 2024 this year. You'll have time to get it done for 2020, and you'll have another one more year for 2021. Saying that, who qualifies for it? But before I get into who qualified for it, if you wanted to check if you took that credit, you can look into your tax return and see if there is a form 7202. Or if you wanted to read about it and have a little bit more deeper clearance for yourself, I'll have the link under my video on YouTube under the comments, but also you can just Google the IRS form 7202, and that will break it down. So you will understand you understand, so that way you won't be scammed, because I heard there's some people are saying if you pay this much we can get you this money and this and that. If you qualify for it, this is your right. You can correct your tax return, do an amendment, and get the credit of the $36,200. That's really a maximum amount. That's a high number. It doesn't mean no one can qualify for it, but I'm going to break it down so you will understand how you can get to that number and what are you qualified for and how can you figure that out. Number one, these credits are for year 2020 and 2021. So if you have to correct your tax returns to do an amendment, those are the years you need to go back and correct. Year 2020 and 2021. This credit is not for 22 or any years coming forward. It's not anything new for this year or anything like that. So those credits are for year 2020 and 2021. So what are those credits? Those credits are for an individual who lost income because they were sick and they could not run their business. For self-employment people who stayed home because they were doing quarantine or they were sick with COVID and they could not be out with public, they have a qualified credit up to 10 days. And also, if you have someone who are sick and stayed home and you had to stay back from work to care for them, you have a credit of another 10 days. And also, if you have children who cannot attend in school or the daycare was closed because of the COVID situation and you could not put them anywhere else and they're not doing a virtual school, and because of that, you had to stay home to stay with them, that gives you for the year 2020 up to 50 days credit, and for the year 21 up to 60 days credit. So I'm going to break it down, and also I'm going to put this information on the comment section on YouTube, so you'll be able to get to it and read about it. And I'll have the link for the form 7202. That's the form you need to complete if you're gonna do this amendment. Any of your tax professional can help you with this. You do not need to go to any individual you don't know and whatever, thinking that somebody's doing you a favor. This is nothing. If you're qualified for it, you can get it. If that's not for you, then it's not something you're not qualified for. You're not. So how did they came up with the 36,000? First, I'm going to clarify how did they came up with that 36,000 number everybody's talking about. So the 36,000 number is for the year 2020 and the year 2021. I'm going to break it down each year. So those credits are for the year 2020. It starts from April 1st, 2020 to March 31st of 21. If you were sick because of COVID, or if you were quarantined in those times, or if you had to take care of someone, or if your kids cannot be in daycare or in school and it was shut down and they're not doing a virtual school. If the kids were in virtual school, it does not qualify you. And if you were taking unemployment, it does not qualify you. This is strictly for someone who's been working but stayed home because of those situations. Those are the people who can qualify for this. So on those times, if you were sick and stayed home, and if your income, your net profit income you showed for year 2019, the previous year, for 2020, if it's above $132,860, that's when you get the maximum of $5,110, which means you get $511 per day. How do they get that number? Is 132,860 divided by 260 days. So, but if you say, how about if I made less, then I'm going to show you an example. So if your net profit was a lot lower than 132,000, and if you just had only 26,000 of net profit, you divide that. I'm just doing that to make it a simple maths. If you made 26,000 of a net profit, you divide that by 260, that gives you $100 per day, which means $100 per day up to 10 days you missed work for. And if you are quarantining, or if you were sick out because of COVID, then you are qualified to claim that $1,000. If, let's say, you made a little bit more and your income was 52,000, then when you divide that 52,000 divided by 260 days, it gives you 200 per day. Multiply that by 10, that's $2,000. But the way how that $36,000 came is because this was the maximum of somebody can qualify for. If you made above $132,860, then you qualify to the maximum credit, which gives you $511 per day times 12 times 10. That's $5,110. That's for that. And to take care of somebody, the credits are $200 per day. That's if you care for someone from those time frames, again, from April 1st, 2020 to March 2021. On those days, if you are caring for someone staying home, the qualified amount is the same thing, $200. The maximum qualified amount is $200 per day that you stayed home. Then that's $2,000. Then plus, for children under 18, if they were not able to go any daycare because you couldn't find another one for them, and the daycare they were attending to, if it was closed, and the school they were going to, there was closed, but there was no virtual school, and they were staying home, and you were staying home to care for them, you were qualified to claim up to 50 days of those times, which gives you 200 times 50 is $10,000. For the year 2020, if you take all the credits to the maximum, that's 10,000 plus 2,000, that's 12 plus $5,110. That's $17,110 was the credits for 2020. That's the maximum credit. That's like a far-fetched, but if everything works out like how they broke it down to get that 36,200, that's how you can get that. Then 21, you get the same amount of the maximum amount of you could qualify for as for yourself is for 10 days staying from work, quarantining, or being sick. It's 5,110. Same thing, taking care of somebody for 10 days. You get $200 maximum per day. If you qualified, if your income is above that amount, that's $2,000. Plus for 2021, the amount you stayed home to take care of your kids because they could not go to a daycare or a school and there is no virtual school, and you were caring for them, that's 60 days you qualified for. And those 60 days instead of 50, that gives you 12,000. So if you add the 12,000 plus the 2, that's 14,000 plus the 5,110, that gives you 19,110. So 19,110 plus 17,110, that gives you a total of $36,200. So I'll have that information on the comment section anyways. But the bottom line is this: if you have go through your records, if you have those credits you feel like you are qualified for, go back whoever you did your taxes and you can do an amendment. If you did your tax return by yourself, you can go on irs.gov and read the Form 7202. I'll have the link under my comments, and that's how it is. Please be careful. Don't get scammed. There is no free money. Thanks again. This is Simon. Hopefully this information clarified some of the questions you had. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share this information. A lot of people probably need this information to clarify the same thing. So hopefully, if I still have more questions regarding this questions or about this 1040X or amendment form, please reach out to me, or you can leave it on comment and I'll try to help as much as I can. Take care. This is Simon again. Bye-bye.